started. Yo, if I had the skills, I'd start this with a rap. We're gonna talk about all things Canvas is trap. Let's go, got the style editor to show you the ways. Let's go now, Cidi Labs, bringing the rhymes, bringing the color, making it slam. Okay, that's all I got, guys. I apologize, but that's the best I could do. That's my rap. I just made it up from the top of my dome. What's up? If you are joining us, we're gonna talk about rad designs, and today it's Cidi Labs again, guys, because I love it, right? Full disclosure, I work for Cidi Labs, so of course I'm going to talk about Cidi Labs, but really my passion is teaching with technology and making things awesome for students. And I've found that to do that, you got to have some tools in your tool belt, and you got to get really good at those tools. And one of those is shout out Canvas. They've been on my list of awesomeness for a long time, and I love classrooms that have that as sort of their digital launch pad for lessons, and a landing pad for those same assignments that students are going to submit. So you got to have an LMS in place. Canvas is rad, and then I'm going to talk about making some cool designs using Cidi Labs inside of Canvas. So this is a live video, and so we're just gonna be live. So let me hop over to the screen here and let's go live. All right, so y'all that use Canvas already know what we're looking at here, right? This is a Canvas interface. I got the dashboard. I'm inside of a course. I got my course navigation, and right here in this beautiful open blank space is my Canvas. And so with Canvas, you have some tools that you can use to insert, documents and links and images and tables, and you can, if you grab embed code from other websites, you can embed things in here. You can add horizontal lines, and you can format with heading, and even add some different fonts that we have here, and change the size and pick the color of those fonts. So you can do some really great things. You can plug in some external tools, a lot of cool stuff that we can do. The challenge though is sometimes I want to do some more styles on this page. So in this instance, I want to talk about cartoons, and we're going to talk about we'll just do a little physics course, right? We got the physics course, and let's assume that we're going to talk physics, and maybe we're going to talk about Superman jumping over a what do they call those things, guys? A building. Oh my gosh, downtown, right? The tall building, skyscraper. Wow, I couldn't remember skyscraper. So if this is a physics course and we're talking about Superman jumping over a skyscraper, I can add some headers. I can even come in here, and highlight some of these words, and change their color to get some color on my page, and do some basic stuff like that. But man, I really want to make it stand out on the page, and so you got to know a little bit of code if you want to maybe pop into the code side of things and do things like maybe you want some code where you add some style to this paragraph. So we add a style tag, and we're going to do things like let's add like a background color. I'm just going to do it here real quick, and we'll make this red. And so now I have a style with a background color that's red, and I'm going to come back over here, and boom, I can see that it's red, which is great, except for now I can't read the words, and it required me to do some HTML coding, which I might not know. So enter Cidi Labs. So let me talk to you about what Cidi Labs is and why we exist. Cidi Labs makes tools for Canvas, And one of our main tools called Design Plus lets you do things like style this content without knowing some coding. So we're going to do that same thing. So this is without Cidi Labs, and then let's just do a with Cidi Labs right here. And we're going to take that same thing, but this time we're going to use Design Plus. And the first thing I'm going to do is just come here and hit the little plus button, and you can see there are a slew of tools that you can add to pages. A theme, banner, we got templated content, you can add, buttons and images with captions, or maybe you want to use a module list that automatically populates the module on the page, or drop a module progress indicator, or maybe you love those page accordions and expanders, or tabs, or columns, or some callouts. So there's lots of options. As a teacher, you would need to have this installed at the admin level. So you got to talk to your Canvas admin. And then it does have a cost to it, so you're gonna have to work with your district, but it's well worth it. It's not super expensive, so check it out. So here we go. Let's just play with Cidi Labs. So we're gonna come in here, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna drop a content block on this page. And so I clicked on content block. It brought me over to the little edit section. I'm on the content block, and now I have the ability to play around with some content. Notice I have a header automatically. And then I have the spot for the content. Now we have some pre-built, predefined content that you can hover over here and get a preview of some of that content and see what that looks like. And if you like it, you can just, ooh, I like this 3-column. I'm going to drop it into my page. So you can use some of our pre-built content. I don't want this on my page, so I'll just delete that block out. Or what we're going to do is style this. So let's go ahead and type in physics like we did before. And I'm just going to copy this text and paste it down here. So now I got the text. And we're just going to go ahead and make this more cartoony. So yes, I have some styles where, I can come into my page theme. And, I can apply some styles from the page theme. So you can see if I want, I don't know, that bar to be green, or I want this blue style. You can do that here, but that's not what I want to do. I actually want to come and do some custom styles. So I'm going to put my cursor into the page, and I'm going to come over here, and I want the content block, and I'm going to load this in the style editor. So this is an advanced section. So in my little style editor, we have a lot of advanced tools that you can find over here in the advanced section. So here's some advanced tools, but we're just going to go into the style editor. And I'm going to go ahead and use my content block here to hover over the different styles where my cursor is placed, so I can style the content in these different blocks. And so I'm going to pick the content block here. And the first thing I'm going to do is, and I've already opened these up, so let me close them down so you guys can kind of see it from the get-go. Is I have some options for this content block. So I'm going to go into the border option, and I'm going to just add a border to that block. And so now you can see I have a nice gray border. You can choose to just add the border at the top, or maybe the bottom, or maybe the left side or the right side. You can make it a large border or a medium border. I'm going to go ahead and just add a border, a thick border around the whole block. And it's a solid border, but if you like, you prefer, you can pick some options here. I'm going to stick with the solid border. And then I can change the border color to be one of my branding colors, or I can pick some of these miscellaneous colors. I'll show you how to customize that here in a minute. And then I'll change the radius. So the radius is actually, if you notice right here on the edge, you see how this is getting rounded or less rounded. You can even bump this up and make it like really rounded. You just want to be careful that if you round the border, notice that the text box here in the middle, it could get cut off. And so I'll show you how to sort of push. In fact, you can see the physics is getting cut off over here on this side. So I'll show you how you can adjust that if you're going to do a real custom rounded border like I got here. Okay, so we got the rounded border. We like that. And let me make sure I'm still dealing with my content block here. So I got a rounded border. And the last thing I'm going to do is I love these shadow effects. See how it pops that little shadow effect into the page? So that looks really great. Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is add some background color. So maybe I want to do, I want to do this green. So I've applied that to the content block. So make sure you select content block. And then, you can see I got this nice green and blue effect going on. Cool. If I don't like those predefined content colors, these are coming from my branding, my institution branding. You can actually open the color tab here, and now we can go in and just define whatever color we want. So these are a couple options for doing some custom colors, text and background. I'll select the background, and then you can come in here and just really drag this to be whatever color it is that you're really going for on the page. And so if we're doing a Superman theme, I might pop this over to the red color and kind of get that little red blue thing going on. What's really cool about doing this is you notice that the text actually will change to a white or a black depending on the color, background color you're choosing, and that way your screen is still going to be accessible according to the WCAG standards. So the contrast standard that screen readers need is going to be checked automatically, and this will show you if it's a double or triple A, which means you are accessible. So that's really awesome. We have some other buttons here, if you want to open the color picker, or if you want to add this color to a favorite color, and then you can have this Superman red is one of my favorite colors, so I don't have to remember DC 1C 1C. I love that that's DC. And then you can just grab that color whenever you need it. So that's really awesome. We have a couple other color things down here. These are recent colors that we've used. We have colors that are automatically pulling from the content on the page. So as you add colors to the page, it will kind of give you a prompt on what are those colors from the page. You can look at some basic colors and even just some expanded colors if you want an option there. So that's really cool. But that's not what we're here for. I want to go back to moving this text off of the border here. And to do that, we actually want to come into the spacing alignment section. We're going to make sure that we're still working with either the H3 or the content itself. So I'm going to select the content block. We'll come down here and we have a couple options. Margin would take your content that you have selected. So in this case, this content block. And the margin is going to be on the outside of the content compared to the screen, or compared to the other object that it's next to. The padding is going to be on the inside, so it's going to be from the edge of the content and on the inside. So we're going to use some padding here, and we're just going to adjust padding. Actually, we're going to do it from the left side. Maybe we'll bump this in, 50 pixels. Ooh, there we go. That looks really good, 50 pixels. Maybe that's a little too much. Let's go like 30 pixels. So we're going to bump that back to 30 pixels. And I can see on the right side, if we had long strings of text, it's going to get bumped off too. So we're going to drop that maybe in 30 pixels too. So it's pretty balanced and even on both sides. And there we go. Right there, I have an accessible, good-looking Superman call-out for my page. I could be done there, and then I could copy this and use it on other pages and things like that. I'm going to do one other thing because I actually want this text to stand out a little bit differently. So I'm going to come into my text editor. I'm going to select the paragraph now. And so that's just that little paragraph with the text in it. So with that selected, let's go ahead and change the background color for the paragraph. Let's make it white. Ooh, that looks really good. And can we come back up and give it a border? I like that. And we're going to make it rounded too. Okay, and we need to maybe match the rounding. So I can't remember if I did 30 or 50, but 30 looks pretty good. Excellent. And notice that I probably want to pad that off the edge a little bit too. So let's just go ahead and do that left padding. I think we did 30 on both of those, so let's just do 30 again. Boom. And so now I have this really sweet looking, paragraph within the little call out here. And like I said, if I'm using this on other pages, you can come here and just copy it, or I can duplicate the content so that it comes up on the page. Sorry, copy that content, and I can paste it into the course. If I wanted to, I could just duplicate that on this page. So now I got two of those, and all the fun things you can do with Canvas, you can still do. But notice we added a lot of style to this page. Let's go ahead and look at it. We've added all this style in this page. but we didn't have to actually know any of the code to make that happen. And so that's the beauty, that's the power in the sidebar, is you can do a lot of styles in Canvas, and you don't need to know how to code to do all that stuff. So pretty fun, guys. That's just kind of a fun, silly example, but I wanted to really show you how easy it is to get some cool colors on the page, custom content in Canvas, and just really make it look awesome. So I appreciate you watching. If you want to check more out, be sure to hit up Cidi Labs. And if you're a K-12 teacher or district leader, hit me up at Cidi Labs as well. But I just love Canvas. I'm a Canvas coach and advocate, and so if you have questions there, I'm happy to collaborate. So on that note, it's been super fun. Thanks for watching this short example of the style editor inside of Canvas. And I hope you guys, I hope you have a rad day, and go make some rad designs. Go make some rad designs. Yo, yo, yo. See ya later, skater. Word.